If the U.S. stated they had a swamp to drain, what the bleep do we have in Canada?
Yeas pour 146, 146. Nays contre 180, 180.
Je déclare la motion rejetée.
Motion defeated.
Welcome to Corruption 101. It just got shot down. Anti-Corruption Special Committee. A committee that would have held government accountable to the people for the dollars they have spent under the guise of a pandemic. And it was defeated. Corruption is alive and well, and not only alive and well, but endorsed by 180 MPs in Parliament. What does this say for Canadian politics? If the US had a swamp to drain, again, what the bleep do we have in Canada? Something has to be done. The corruption, and this is legalized plunder, because you have the power and because you are the rule of law, supposedly, you can hide ethics, scandal, corruption. None of it means anything. Canada and our parliamentary system is a joke. It is time for Canadians to wake up and realize that we need major fundamental changes made to our parliamentary system. And Alberta, where does that leave us? I'm afraid that doesn't leave us anywhere good. None of these parties. There wasn't a single person, actually I believe there was one Conservative Party member who voted against, not for, the and I'm going to keep stressing, the Anti-Corruption Committee. So what does that stand for? If they voted against the Anti-Corruption Committee, does that mean that they actually are for the corruption? Because that's how I interpret it. And only one, it seems, voted against their party. So let's take a look at this now from what this means for Alberta. Because we have the Conservative Party of Canada, who granted they took this all the way to a vote. You had Justin Trudeau, who did his typical behave like a spoiled child and said, well, if you're going to do this, I'm going to take this to a confidence vote, which we did and lost. Fair enough. But from an Alberta perspective, here, perfect example of MPs have to stand behind their party. It is party politics. And if we voted a sea of blue the last time, Albertans have all put their weight behind the Conservative Party of Canada, who is for the United Nations, who is for the Paris climate change targets, is not about Alberta. Those in power want to keep power, and they are going to continue to appease Quebec and Ontario in order to get power, to keep power. Alberta, we have to look at another solution. So one of the things as a result of this potential for a vote was, if there was an election called, how were you as an Albertan going to vote? Were you going to vote again for the Conservative Party of Canada, who don't share our Canadian Western values? They've proven that time and time again. Were you going to vote for the Maverick Party? You know, do you want to be the 51st state? Or was it going to be the PPC Party? Max is still there. Right? It aligns perfectly the policies, but you know, you got the argument, he's from Quebec. How was it that you were going to vote? Think about that for a moment, because I'd love to know, if we were in an election right now, 30 days from now, how would you have cast your ballot? For the status quo or for something different? On that note, have a good one. If you like this video, please share, like, subscribe, hit the notification